welcome to the Gen X Glam and Gab channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone. Whether it's your first time or you're coming back, thank you so much for tuning in. I know there are a lot of choices out there, but you're hanging out with me, my tiny little corner of the YouTube universe, where I do a little bit of glam and a little bit of gab. I'm going to get closer. Let's get closer. Let's settle in. This is mostly a show and tell video because I have been waiting for my Charlotte Tilbury Love Look bag to come in the mail, and it finally has. If you're new to the channel, I kind of move around a lot. I'm currently in Sweden, and I'm finding it a little bit more difficult to get mail in a timely manner, I must say, and to get mail out in a timely manner. Whereas when I lived previously in Ottawa, if you're tracking my channel, you know. All right, let's get into it. The Love Look bag from Charlotte Tilbury came, and I'm going to show you what's in it. And some of the stuff in it is going to go directly into a giveaway. This is not a Gen X Glam Gab giveaway channel. But I have an idea. You know how you just get these random ideas? I just like out of nowhere. I got my nails done today, and this is where I'm going for the palish, pinkish, but yet little mattish color. That's where I had an idea while I was getting my nails done. I was watching the New Heights podcast. Has anybody watched that? Are there any football fans out there? Or maybe you're on the peripheral of a football fan. Would I call myself a football fan? No, but I understand the game because I was a cheerleader. Believe it or not, I was a cheerleader. And let me tell you, before this is going to be a crazy train video. I have so much to say. I have so much to gab about. All the skincare's down, all the color correcting's down, prep the lids, prep the brows. I'm ready to do some base and to try some of the stuff in the Love Look bag. But okay, this is my journey. This is my cheerleading journey. I'm going to share it with you. And although it may be traumatic, I will share it with you. I was a cheerleader rejectee, right, in junior high. I tried and I was like, oh man, and I'm not going to lie, I'm not super coordinated. Okay, I can be coordinated, but it takes a lot of muscle memory. It's just not instinctual. It's just not natural for me. Okay, so otherwise I would be in a completely different career. So total failure in junior high. And then high school rolls around, and all those gals that were cheerleaders in junior high, they wanted to do other fall sports. And so lo and behold, there were no cheerleaders when I came on board as a newbie, as a freshie man in high school. And so they were going to cancel the whole program. The gentlemen were not going to have any cheerleaders. And I was like, that's not fair. Couple of us nerds were like, that's not fair. We'll do it. So we tried out. They had to let us on because they needed a squad. And in the course of that whole experience, which was fantastic, I did it for 2 years. And then my junior year, we got a tennis team. And if you're tracking my channel, you know I'm a racket and paddle sport primary kind of gal. I was like, good luck. And I bailed. But we had to take tests. We had to know what a 1st and 10 was so that we wouldn't do it for the other team. Anyway, so I learned a little bit about football. I like watching the New Heights podcast that Jason and Travis Kelsey host there, and I was watching them while I was getting my nails done, and I don't even know why. You know what? I think they talked about a giveaway. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's what caught my subconscious. They are doing a giveaway. They're doing a March Madness, like, sponsored by Reese's giveaway, something about a gold cup worth $10,000. I don't know. And then I was like, you know what? My giveaways, and congratulations to all those who have won them. It brings me a lot of joy. It warms my heart to do those giveaways. And you just have to be subscribed to the channel, make a comment in the giveaway videos. And, you know, depending on where I'm mailing it out in the world, you know, you can be eligible. And they're usually open for a week. But guys, we need to get serious this year. I need help. We need more views, my friends. We need more views. We need to get out there. And so I'm thinking in the nearest future, I'm going to do a giveaway, and it's going to be like 500 views equals a $500 plus valued beauty skincare giveaway. I've already started working on it. I went through all of my overstocked drawers and bins and everything I have here at my glam station, and I've made a bag, and it's heavy, and it's gonna cost some money to mail, And it's got really good stuff, and I think I'm already up to $500. But there's some stuff in the Love Look bag that we're going to look at, I promise, right now, that I have dupes on, that I've actively already have stuff open. And then while I was out getting my nails done, I went into this, I'm going to slay it, I'm going to say it wrong, I don't know how to say it. I can spell it, Ahelns. I don't know. Help me out if you're watching from Sweden. And it's a cool department store, and yet it's got a little beauty section in it. And there were some steals of the deals. Steals of the deals. There were some deals, okay? Specifically with Clarins. Clarins collection, the Jolie Rouge Velvet collection of matte lipsticks with apricot oil were madly marked down. So I picked up 3, 2 for myself and 1 to put in the giveaway. And this foundation here, I have not heard of it. It's from the brand, I've not heard of the brand Art Deco, but it was my shade, 03. It's a neutral and it's in vanilla. I'm a vanilla gal. When it says vanilla, I'm in. So I bought that, and that's why I so carefully have been sitting here, letting my skincare marinate, doing a little bit of underpainting, since it's going to be some Charlotte Tilbury showing. I got into my, I think this is way too big packaging, but I got into my Charlotte Tilbury kind of putty bronzer, did some underpainting in my favorite places, got into my NARS pot concealer and did some brightening and some concealing my under eye area, got into my, you got to get one of these, my friends. This is the e.l.f. Smoky Kohl eyeliner, and I believe the collection is new. And this is I guess it's like a nude. It's a very neutral. And the thing about this, okay, so eyeliner, I've talked about this before, and I am going to get into the show and tell, and we are going to put on some more makeup. But eyeliner for me causes a problem because I get this fallout throughout the day. I don't even know if you can call it fallout because it's not powder. And I feel like I have somewhat mastered the art of putting eyeliner on, and I think, it doesn't necessarily need to come from the total innards. You could just kind of come from the middle, from both sides, and you don't even need to make a wing, but you don't need to do your whole lid, okay? That's a conclusion I have come to in this midlife makeup crisis journey that I've been on. But the great thing about this nude is, you don't necessarily even have to worry if it's like a brown or a black or a darker color when you're trying to get in your water lines. I'm just holding this very light, and even in here, you can make a little bit of a mess. You can make a little bit of a mess. And if you track me, I often make a little bit of a mess because when it's that light, you can take a brush. This is a little bit too fluffy, but I've been using it. Maybe something a little bit more denser, but this is a trick that I learned when I went to get my makeup done at Charlotte Tilbury's flagship shop in Covent Gardens in London. I told the gal, I'm like, I struggle with eyeliner. And she's like, well, you got to buff it out. Everybody should be buffing out their eyeliner. So no matter what shade you're putting on, if you find the right kind of proper brush, you can just get down there and you can kind of bluff it out. But the great thing about that $3 nude, I'm going to say it again, Smoky Kohl eyeliner. It's in the shade beige flag. It's light enough where you don't need to worry about raccoon eyes. I guess that's where I'm going with that. So I've got that going on. I put on some of my, I used my, this Lumni brand here. I've gotten turned on to it. This is an eyeshadow primer. It came in the advent calendar I bought from Lumine. Great brand out of Finland. This stuff is great. I've actually done 2 applications. It looks like it's got a little bit of pigment, and it kind of tiny bit does. I used this brush right here, and it's already gone off so I did actually 2 applications of this. I kind of let it dry down. I sprayed it with setting spray, and I did 2 applications while I'm marinating, while I'm letting all this other stuff on my skin, my skincare and my concealers kind of dry down and then buff out. And then after that, I went in with my Eyes to Mesmerize. That's what it's called. Eyes to Mesmerize Champagne Shade. It's a very moussey, liquidy liner from Charlotte Tilbury. And you just don't need much, because if you get too much, then it sinks into the creases. But I just wanted to come on and, you know, have a nice base. This is now like my third application. This is my third application of the Eyes to Mesmerize. But I wanted to get rid of the discolorations going on, my natural discolorations on my lids, and so that they would be totally prepped for the Charlotte Tilbury Love Look bag, because it comes with one of her, does she call it the Pop Shot, or is that Elf? It's a mystery, you need to know. So it came with an eyeshadow, and I just wanted to really prep my lids before I put that shadow on, because I didn't want to do it in injustice, because my lids I have the hooded lids. They, you know, if I don't take my time in prepping them, and sometimes I just prep them with my NARS pot concealer in the shade Vanilla. Sometimes I just prep them with that, just like a little bit of a matte something concealer before I go on with like a powder or a liquid or something creamy. And I wanted to do that because I've already cheated. I've already took a look in the Love Look bag, but now we're gonna look together and we are gonna finish my face. Okay, so here it is. I haven't opened this yet. So it came deconstructed, right? Sometimes when you get like a bundle, a mystery bundle, it comes in a bag that's already, hold on, I have to press this. I know you can still see me, but I can't see you. I'm in low power mode. Guys, I'm in low power mode. You may not sense it from my energy. My camera's in low power mode. So this itself, I'm guessing, is the actual bag. And I think they said the bag is worth like 78 bucks. So the bag, let's take a look. It comes deconstructed. So it's not all the stuff wasn't in the bag. The bag is in the box. Oh my gosh. The bag is in the box, but the bag is inside of another bag. Look at this. Oh, wow. This is so nice. Oh, this is so lovely. And guys, I'm sorry. I got this right before, I ordered it slightly before Valentine's Day, and I'm just finally getting it. Like mail, it's like snail mail. Yes, me. I definitely. But look at this. I love this. And it's got drawstring, so I can repurpose that maybe when I pack. Here it is. Here's the Love Look bag. It looks, there's a heart-shaped like little, I don't know, charm. We're unzipping it because inside of it there sounds like something. Okay, there's little clippies there. So literally you could take this out on the town. This doesn't have to be a makeup bag. You have to be pretty bold. Let me tell you, you have to be pretty bold to be carrying around this red heart bag. Charlotte could pull it off, I'm sure. I've almost got it open. Jeez, how far does it go? Look at that. And then you've got, you could put your phone, you can make it a clasp. Oh, I hate these things. I guess they're not necessity for preservation. But I think you could put your phone in here. You could put a lippy in there. You could put nowadays, I mean, I got my wallet on my phone. You don't even need a big old wallet anymore. But like a little ID, I'm looking for the word sleeve. Wow, this is really nice. This is really nice. And if I ever take it out in the town, you guys are going to be the first to know. So it's the bag was inside of another bag, inside this lovely box. I have to say this might be one of the coolest like Charlotte Tilbury bags that I've ever been a part of here in my alliance with Charlotte Tilbury, although she doesn't know who I am. All right, what was in it? It was supposed to be 7 mystery items. The thing that drew me to it, besides the fact I'm a junkie for collecting these bags, is the magic cream, right? And I talked about in my last video that she's reformulated her magic cream. I suspect, because I've been listening to other people talk about it, there's some sort of ingredient that's in the original magic cream formula that's not it's not on the good list for ingredients anymore in the EU, I believe. I don't know about the FDA. Anyway, so I suspect now that I know this, I did not know that when I bought the bag. That's why she was so generous giving out her 30 ml magic cream, which is this size right here. And I go through quite a bit, and I always keep the glass jars because you can buy, they pop out like, I don't want to ruin my new nails, but this is plastic, right? It's an insert. And if you buy the 50 ml, you can, if you buy the 50 ml, you can buy a refill for like 10 bucks cheaper because these plastic things pop in and out. Anyway, so that in and of itself is valued over $60. And then they're saying the bag is like $78 in and of itself, which is completely overpriced. And then there's some other stuff that I'm going to show you. But when I bought it, I had a $20 coupon. So I think it retailed for $120, okay? And the magic cream in the bag alone gets you there. But and then I saw the coupon. So when I checked out, I was just I was in the 90s somewhere for the whole, no, I was in the under like right around 80, sorry, when I checked out. And I thought that was a score. It just took forever to get here. So we got the bag, the 30 ml magic cream. We got I got a Love Frequency Charlotte Tilbury. So, she got these I've Got You Feeling Emotion scents about 1.5 years ago. She partnered with, and I can't remember the acronym now, but basically like this very renowned sort of scent developing company. And the idea was she created scents that she really felt would make people feel emotions, right? They were themed, emotional based scents, like a love one, and a naturey one, a zen one. Anyway, so I think this is actually a new fragrance, and it's Love Frequency. It smells a little bit spicy to me. Yeah, I mean, it's not my thing. Charlotte, your fragrances are not my jam. I'm so sorry. But I love to have it. Like, I like to try it. I won't buy it. So I'm kind of glad it came in a bag, because I've wondered about these. How many mils is this? 10 mil. I mean, that'll last me a long time if I'm just feeling like I need some Love Frequency. All right, this is fantastic. Hypnotizing Pop Shot. I bought these when they launched. They got a lot of criticism for being overpriced. It's in the shade Pillow Talk Diamonds. That's not the shade I had bought, but Sad Panda. At some point when I was packing up all my stuff, I dropped mine. Look at how beautiful this packaging is. It's bejeweled. And then, so this is the shade. And the thing that I loved about this, when it came out, people were just going like that and getting it like right on. Like I've already prepped the lids enough. I have prepped the lids so that I could just have this moment that I'm totally smearing up. But it's like, they're sparkly, right? I dare not put it up there. I'm pretty brave. Look at that. I'm pretty brave. And Elf has like a $5 one, and I have that. I just don't have it out where I could do that little smear test, and the Elf's not going to fall too far behind, my friends. Are we surprised? So I have a lot of brushes in front of me. So let's just take one. This was the brush that I sort of thought I could make the magic happen. And let's just do the windshield wiping motion, because then it's like kind of can disperse it a little bit better. What do we, again, with a lot of the Charlotte products, she wants to give, like, she's all about that celebrity red carpet look. You have to really, like, I was going to say know what you're doing, and I don't really most of the time, because I like that subtle, barely there look. Like, I'm debating whether I want to test out this new foundation from the Art Deco, because how you saw me come on camera, where I was like already kind of like, hey, she could go out like that. Like, her face looks healthy. She's got glow going on. That right here. I just took my time with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish in the shade 1. It's one of my favorite products, and like my entire collection only comes in 4 shades. And in and of itself, it makes its own base. I took my tiny little powder puff / blender from Elf, and just like the tip, and just very strategically went in this area, because that's like my red zone. It's my red zone. Like I feel totally good with this base, like going, like I'm smoothed out, I'm covered, but we're going to at least swatch this thing, because I want to see, and it's in the give. I got to, it was such a smoking deal. Like, this $500 value giveaway, which I think it's going to be over that. I want to put everything in there. I want a lippy, I want aligners, I want mascara, I want the skincare, I want the serums, I want everything for whoever wins it. Right? So I thought, okay, that's a smoking deal. Quickly read about it on my phone. You should have seen me. I was in people's way in this store, because it was right by this cash. I was going back and forth between the lipstick samples and the 70% off, because, it has the the shades here, and like my short-term memory was failing me. There were only like 6 shades of all the shades in this collection that was actually on sale, and I'd go and I'd swatch them and I'd come back and I was in people's way. Whatever, it is what it is. That's a shocker, right? I was really polite about being in people's way. I kept apologizing, but they should have been following my lead. They should have been like, what is this crazy person doing? Back and forth, back and forth. This is a smoking deal. This is a smoking deal. Because I was, and what I picked up, check this out, grenadine. Again, this is Clarins. Look at this. Look at this shade of grenadine. Look at that. I was looking for a deep red because, wait for it, where is it? Look what came in the Charlotte Tilbury Love Look bag from the Lip Cheat Lip Liner collection, Kiss and Tell. I have quite a bit from the Lip Cheat collection, like Walk of No Shame, Pillow Talk Light, Pillow Talk Medium, the Nude, Kissing. No, I don't have Kissing. I don't think she has Kissing. Wait a minute. Did I just do something? Did you see me shake it? And that came out. What's up, Charlotte? That was weird. But I don't have a red. Let's just go in with this. And I have a couple of red lippies, but not, again, this is Kiss and Tell. But I don't do a red lip anywhere near on the regular. So when I saw those Clarins on sale, I was like, you know what? I picked out a plum one too, and I picked out one for the giveaway. That's soft pink. It's a beautiful 758 if you want to look it up. There's a spoiler. It's a beautiful like pink nude. And I was like, that can go in the giveaway because who doesn't like a nude? I don't know. I didn't exactly, there it is. So there's the lipstick that I got from Clarins. And there in the skinnier line right there is the Kiss and Tell. That's not a bad guess. I guess I wasn't so crazy after all. Let's go in with this grenadine. I love Clarins, by the way. Wow, one of my favorite brands. Wow, that's not awful, you know. I got a little bit red. A little bit red in my hand. I got to play with that a little bit more. Now you got to look at me. Oh, with a red lip. Oh, what was I going to say? These are my favorite Q-tip tools ever because you've got like the pointy one there where you can get some like, you know, TMI stuff out of your eye. And then you have the flat one here that I just use for so many different things. I'll use my flat one to dip into my NARS pot concealers to strategically dot my face. I would have used it honestly for the eyes to mesmerize, and they had a sale on them. And so this is going to go in the giveaway too. I want people to have it. So you've got sort of your flat one, right? And then you've got like your pointy one. So that's going in the giveaway. Heck yeah, I'm going to give away tools. If you're tracking my channel for, you know, a while, if you're an OG person who's been following me, you know that I'm all about the tools. I have so many tools like that I keep at my glam station within arm's reach, because if you screw up and you have the right tool and the tools don't have to break the bank, you can, you know, you can fix it and you don't need to be, you know, stressed about it. All right. I'm just kind of trying to soften that a little bit. All right. What else? I'm not done yet. Pink Gasm Beauty Wand, which I'm not going to open because that could end up in the giveaway because I have it over here. But look, this came off. If you know what the wands are supposed to look like, it's supposed to have a like a spongy applicator, but you can still, oh wow, this one might be clogged. It's been a while since I've used it. There's it doesn't matter, like you can, and especially if you're doing somebody else's makeup, having this thing, I've seen one makeup artist talk about this product and they purposely rip, it wasn't spun. You got to spin it. If whether it has the sponge or not, if you don't spin that, you're not going to get anything out. There we go. Now not to worry. Anyway, professional makeup artists say that they rip off that sponge anyway because, you know, for sanitary purposes, you can't be using that sponge on everyone. All right, we can keep the same one here and we're just gonna, there it is, Pink Gasm. We're gonna get some, that's not, I like it. That kind of goes with the Pop Shot I put on. It feels really wet. I mean, I don't use it's not the first time I've used this, you know what I mean? I just don't, again, if you track my channel, you know I'm not a super huge fan of these sponge-like applicators, or necessarily, sorry, Charlotte, the beauty wand. All right, I'm taking my L flat brush, gonna go here and just try to blend that out a little bit. I know, it's not the liquid bronzer. I'm going big. I'm going with big circles, which I don't normally do. I don't normally drag my blush that far down my face, but I just wanted to get an effect. I just wanted to get the wow effect. Like, holy wow, we got some glow going on. We got some peach pink gasmy going on. I'm gonna smooth this out with some powder. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit. But we have to do something to match those lips. What else? Oh, yes. Cheek to Chic. And this is going in the giveaway. It's in the shade Pillow Talk, but I have it. I had it. I got it as a gift with purchase, so I don't need to open it up. As you can see, I'm nowhere near through it. Gosh, I feel like this is like what I don't like sometimes when I'm talking about. Like this wasn't a hero product for me from Charlotte Tilbury, but let's use it to like take away some of that, a little bit of that glow that I got all over my face from using the beauty wand everywhere. But it's still not out of control. I'm still not clown face, right? Totals. Don't like the scent that's going on here at my glam station. Not a fan of that Love Frequency, but I get why she put it in the bag. One, probably because it's like overstock. I think these are overstock too. But it is a nice blush. It really, really is. All of Charlotte's stuff is the thing. Even if you don't like the way that it lays down or the final effect that it gives, you cannot dispute the quality. Nobody disputes the quality of Charlotte's stuff. They may not be a fan of it all, but they don't dispute the quality. Yes, I know we skipped it. Let's just see. Let's see if we can cover that sunspot down there. This is supposed to be, again, Art Deco 03 Shade Vanilla. Got it on a killer deal. It's going in the $500 giveaway. And I'm going to see. It's supposed to be medium to high coverage. Let's see what that does. Let's see if we can cover up my little sunspot down there. Not bad. We need to actually, excuse me, I'm not fully well yet. I wouldn't mind cutting through that glow. So we're going to use it like how I would use a concealer. You know, I'm very conservative when it comes to foundations. So I say this can be like a spot product to give a little bit of coverage, not all over the face, but just strategic coverage. And I don't mind toning that blush down one bit. I think I've got somewhat of a glow up here on the forehead. Let's get that toned down. I'm not going to do much in and around under my eyes because I spent a lot of time brightening and concealing already before we came on. What are we thinking of that grenadine? I'm liking it. I like it. Mikey, I like it. Look at how much I still have. That was just a tiny, tiny little squirt. All right. Did I get through everything? Cheek to Chic Pillow Talk 35 milliliter Magic Cream. Pop Shot in the shade Pillow Talk. God, I just love that bedazzlement. The pink Gasm Beauty Wand. The Love Frequency Cologne. The Kiss and Tell Eyeliner. So yeah, there's 3 products right there. There's 3 products right there. That's 6, and the bag makes 7. All right, fluffy brush. Let's go in with setting powder and kind of do an all over the face. I set my lids after I went in with the first round of that Luminate eye primer. I set it with my new Kosas Candy Cloud set. I'm still trying to make this thing work, and it's weird. Like, look how it's like dented there. I can't figure it out. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but in delicate areas of the skin, I think it's fine. All right, Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Finish setting spray or setting powder. Why don't we just get a bunch of that on my brush and just fluff it around my face. I've done, like I said, I like off camera when I was doing my skincare and my color correcting, I was doing some spot setting too. I mean, as I came on, honestly, how I started this video is pretty much how I do my makeup most of the time. You know, just very strategic with the skincare and the concealing and building my own base with various different shades of concealers, pot concealers, liquid concealers, whatnot, and you know, getting like a tiny pop of color with something and out the doors. I want to use my Charlotte Tilbury, also oversized. I think the packaging could be a bit tinier. Bronzer. It's in the shade 01. It's so light. It's almost like a setting powder. It is just so light. But I want to fill in all of the blanks, and I think before we go, I want to do a reapplication of that Clarins Grenadine. It's not going too bad. It's not going too bad. So yeah, give me something in the comments. What do you think about this idea? Like 500 views? What I mean by 500 views, $500 giveaway, is I will draw for the giveaway when I get those 500 views. And remember, you need to be subscribed and you need to make a comment. So I'm hoping that video will be gigging. If anybody has any ideas of what I should do in that, should I come on like, I feel like I should say something. I feel like I should do something in such a video where somebody might watch it that many times to get in on the giveaway. If you have ideas of what you want me to talk about in that video and how long it should be, should I just come on, already face done, go through the loot, and I don't know, tell some sort of story? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for hanging out. I had a great time. I had so much fun. I was a productive day for me. Got the nails done, hung out with you guys, and I got all of my brushes and sponges clean. I did it while I was cooking breakfast this morning. So much satisfaction, let me tell you. It's like the best way to start the week, knowing that all of my brushes, all of my faves are completely at my disposal. Yes, that was some Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I know, I said I was leaving. We're already over, so why not keep going? I was actually going to put on a little bit of mascara, even though I don't have anything to do today because I've already been out in public. But so I've got my Exaggerize pulled out and my Pillow Talk push-up lashes, which I really like this one because it's in this like maroon shade, and I like that applicator. And then there's the Eyes to Mesmerize, which really does give you some good volume. And you can get this in a mini. So I recommend doing that. I recommend doing that if you're going to try it. I'm just going to put on a little bit of the Pillow Talk push-up because I'm just going to be hanging out. Xena, my lovely cat, is outside, so I'm going to go track her. She's on some sort of adventure. We just put the medicine on her nape of her neck because everything is melting here, and you know, we don't want her bringing in the critters on her skin. So now I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna say, wherever you are, wherever you're doing, I hope you're well. I'm looking for this. I hope that your family as well. We're gonna touch up the brows, and I really do appreciate you hanging out. Please do, like, if you did watch this video and you listened to me, even if it was like on speed up, let me know what you think about this 500 views, $500 giveaway, and what I should talk about in that video, how long it should be, and is it too much? Is it too much to ask? I'll leave you with there. I'll leave you with that. I'll leave it there with that. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.